Shalom, Call Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash, the honor city apostles and elders, a great millstone where I learn this truth from. Sincere, hearty blessings to Akim out there who are pushing the truth in sincerity. All right. This is going to be a short lesson on what I'm going to title it, the reason why they call you, or why they call you black. Okay. I'm going to start here. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45 says, "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh Shai, thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee." All right. And one of the curses particularly I'm going to hit for this topic, all right, is I'm going to jump up to verse 37. All right. It says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall lead thee." Okay. Now let's go into the word. Let's go into the definition of astonishment. Okay. Astonishment. Shema. All right. It says what? A waste, horror, appallment. Okay. Now, the reason I'm bringing this out is because this whole black thing has an agenda behind it, and the closer and closer we get to the end, to Yahweh's return, is the accusations are gonna come. All right, the demonization. All right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which form the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All right, that demonization is going to come. All right, but it's already been prepared. Okay, the foundation has already been laid. All right, whether it's through the media. Okay, again, the overall agenda. All right, of this devil. Okay, who's in charge of, who's been given cares of this, the charge of this world, all right, for a temporary period, all right. Now, let's go back into that waste, horror, appallment, all right. That's the definition there for astonishment. We can go down further, Strong's definition. It says ruin by implication, okay. Now you see throughout the media, okay, how the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans are implicated in different various crimes. They're implicated in being in the slums, being in the ghettos, all right, not having any sense, not having any form of education, okay, being dumb, being niggers, being gangbangers, all right, etc. And criminals, okay. Those are the implications. All right. Now, again, this is already been set in motion to lead to a specific time that we're coming into. Okay. It said, matter of fact, let me get it. Come out of here. It's Revelations. Revelation chapter 12, I believe it is. Yep. There we go. Revelation chapter 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He has a short time for what? A short time to rule. Okay? A short time to persecute you, man. All right? And accuse you before the Heavenly Father. All right? Now, let's go back. And ultimately, that persecution is going to lead to demonization and actually physically bringing the hammer down, okay? And so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? But it was already set in motion from the beginning. Again, through what? Putting you on blast, okay? Through saying the vilest things about you, okay? All these words that represent what? Darkness, okay? Let's go ahead to all right, and ultimately it's going to lead to being destroyed. Let me hop back down to verse 45. Okay, what does it say? And they shall pursue thee and overtake thee, okay, till thou be destroyed. So the ultimate goal is to make you the worst thing going, man. Okay, to put this image out there, okay, that you are just the lowest, the vilest, the filthiest of the earth. Okay, with the ultimate goal of destroying you, man. Okay, now we know it's under the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that 2/3 of the nation of Israel must go, okay, and it must be destroyed. But nonetheless, those of you who take pride in calling yourself black, okay, and you take part in these black movements, all right, there's a sword waiting for you at the end of that pride, man. Okay, there's a sword waiting, and that sword is going to come down in the form of Esau. All right. Now, let me come out of here. Got a few tabs up. Let's go into the meaning of black. Okay, those of you who take pride in black and why they call you black. Okay, your enemy, your oppressors, man. Okay, it says of the very darkest color, owing to the absence of or complete absorption of light, the opposite of white. Okay, and you call it, and those of you who walk around and continue to call yourself black and take part in black movements and doing this for the black community. Okay, all you're doing is furthering and perpetuating that stigma, that astonishment, and that byword, man. Okay, but again, it was already set up to keep you in that position, all right? Because those who will not come back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua will meet that sword, man. All right, nonetheless. So, come out of here. That was just a basic definition, but now when I'm going to the etymology, again, those of you who don't know, or those of you who may be caught up in this so-called black movement, or this blackness is great, us blacks gotta go back to Africa, all that nonsense, man. Okay, there's nothing but trickery and lies, man. Okay, snares for your soul. Let's go to let's see, start with black. Okay, here we're gonna go. It says absolutely dark, absorbing all light. Okay, now it says absolutely dark. Now check this out, for if you didn't know. Okay, absolutely dark. Let's find out the definition of dark in the etymology. What does dark mean? All right, it says without light, lacking light or brightness, obscure, gloomy, okay, figuratively sad, cheerless, sinister, and wicked. So when you call yourself, when you join these black movements and you want to identify as a black Hebrew Israelite, okay, all you're doing is casting darkness upon the nation of Israel, man. Okay, all you're doing is casting the darkness upon your neighborhood, upon your community, whatever the case is, man. All right. There's nothing positive about using the term black. Okay. Again, obscure, gloomy. All right. So you're saying you're part of a gloomy movement. Your people are gloomy. Your family are gloomy. Okay. The scriptures is gloomy. All right. Which certain parts are, but nonetheless, you're casting uh, that perception, okay, out there. All right, and it's reflecting back onto you, man. Okay, but this is all leading somewhere. Be patient with me here. Sad, cheerless, sinister, and wicked. So these are all the things you're identifying as when you accept that term of being black. Okay. Yeah, your black power movement is considered what? Wicked, sinister. Okay, you want to identify as a black Hebrew Israelite. You're casting out that idea of being cheerless, sinister Hebrew Israelites. Okay, wicked Hebrew Israelites. All right. And if that's what you want to be and that's what you want to promote, then again, like I mentioned, at the end, you're going to meet the sword of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, okay, which is Esau. This is his rulership, all right, and he doesn't bear the sword in vain, all right. Those of you new to this, if you're listening, come out of that, stay clear of that, because judgment is coming down, and it's definitely a snare unto your soul, okay. Let's go to it got dark, but yeah, too much dark. All right, bam. Here it is, Project Megiddo. All right. A lot of you brothers do know about this already, but for those of you who are new, all right, and those who are find themselves in between, seeing the black Hebrew Israelites, they're coming on the news, they're making headlines, they're out there on the street preaching about being black this and black Hebrew Israelites and black power and black movement. I'm confused. What do I do? Okay, that's for those of you. All right. Hopefully this edifies you. All right. There is a hey, I'll just read it from the top. It says the attached analysis entitled Project Megiddo is an FBI strategic assessment of the potential for domestic terrorism. Okay. In the United States, undertaken in anticipation of or response to the arrival of the new millennium. Okay, so they were going to take, all right, that byword, specifically black, okay, and they're going to tie you to domestic terrorism. All right, and if you're following the Hebrew Israelite camps that promote blackness, you need to take heed. Okay. You need to take heed because the sword is sharpened and it's coming, man. Okay. It says, let's read on further. Project Megiddo. We're going to jump down. We're going to start first with Section 5, militias. All right, so we're going to start with Section 5. Let's go down to page 21. All right. Militias. Now, here's how they identify militia. Okay. You have certain camps out there, Hebrew Israelite camps, who want to promote blackness, man. They want to promote shooting weapons, okay? They want to promote going after Esau with his blessing, okay? Which is the sword, modern day gun, weapon, missile, etc. Okay, all this modern day weaponry. All right, and they want to use that as a forms of uprising against Esau. Okay, and that's not possible, man. All right. Now the end of that is going to be defeat, man. The end of that is going to be death. Okay. Let's start under this FBI memo here, Project Megiddo. This is how they classify a militia. It says the majority of growth within the militia movement occurred during the 1990s. There is not a simple definition of how a group qualifies as a militia. Okay, but here's how the FBI qualifies you as a militia. However, the following general criteria can be used as a guideline. Okay, 1, a militia is a domestic meaning here within your own country, all right, your respective countries. It says a militia is a domestic organization with 2 or more members. Okay, the organization must possess and use firearms. Okay, so not only have you been set up for the okie doke, you bought in and fed into this black, so-called black thing, knowing what black means. Okay, and how it's a blanket statement to describe you as a people, man. Okay, when you really Hebrew Israelites, man. All right, the same Israelites mentioned in the Bible, in the scriptures. All right, but what they made you, they convinced you, okay, that you represent darkness, you represent the worst of the earth. All right. Yeah, it says, we'll go back to number 2. The organization must possess and use firearms. Okay? Now, the Hebrew Israelites out there, man, the camps, whoever, man, you promoting, there's nothing wrong with having firearms for, for recreational purposes. But, all right, those of you who listening, who may be new to this, okay, one of the things about it, okay, you have certain Hebrew Israelite groups who are promoting using weapons to defend themselves, or particularly to go after, to make an uprising. All right, to call themselves fighting against Esau and his kingdom with his blessing. All right, and number 3, the organization must conduct or encourage paramilitary training. Okay. Other terms used to describe militias are patriots and Minutemen. Okay. So all this, again, it's just been, this whole blackness has just been a dragnet, all right, to link you to a domestic terrorist, to be a domestic terrorist, okay, to link you to being a some kind of fanatic, some kind of anarchist, all right, so that they could drop the hammer on you, all right, when they execute, when Jacob's trouble comes, man, all right. When they're ready to move, they have all the justification to do so. All right, so, but you brothers out there, beware. Okay, and come out of that, man. Come out of that, Father. If you in it, come out of it. You know, if you encouraged by it, if you being influenced by it, put it off, man. Don't even deal with it. Okay. Most militias engage in a variety of anti-government rhetoric. This discourse can range from the protesting of government policies to the advocating of violence and or the overthrow of the federal government. Okay. Again, you got in fact, okay, you got certain Hebrew Israelite camps again, man, that promote violence, man. Okay, but what does the scriptures say? Let's get it, man. Hopefully this is edifying to y'all, to you, to what's meant to be edifying to. Okay. Weapons. Let's get it. Here we go. 2 Corinthians 10, verse 4. What does the scripture say about that? We're gonna get for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to the pulling down of strongholds. Okay? Pulling down of strongholds. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Alright? It's not physical. It's spiritual. Alright? Fleshly. Alright? Definition for carnal in the blue letter. The Greek is sarkikos. Sarkikos. Alright? Fleshly, carnal, man. Alright? Pertaining to the flesh, governed by mere human nature. Okay? Again, using guns, threatening to pull up on people and shoot people, threatening to collecting a whole bunch of guns and forming militia groups and all that is the answer and the way to go. Okay, that's all. That's what all that's promoting, man. Okay, but those that are spiritual, okay, that's not how we fight, man. Okay, our fight is through the invisible, man, through the spiritual realm. Okay, our fight is through what? Through prayers, man, through fastings. Okay, that's how we battle against our enemy. And so far, believe it or not, that it's been working, man. All right, a lot of strongholds are being broken. Okay, but nonetheless, it's a spiritual battle. All right, for those who are in the spirit. Okay, the scriptures go into it, as you can see. All right, for the 2 Corinthians 10 and 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, through our power, man. Okay, the weapons of our warfare are mighty through our power, man. Okay, again, those weapons, you got different weapons, man. You got fasting, you got prayer. Combine the two, you got abstaining from worldly things, from your lusts. Okay, so on and so forth. All right, that is the avenue that we are commanded to take, man. Okay, not to follow after the world, not to be worldly, not to take matters into our own hands. The scriptures say, lead not unto your own understanding. Okay, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct that path. As a matter of fact, let's get that too. For those of you who are new to this, all right, Proverbs 3. Yep, here we go. Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Okay, that's what we are commanded to do. All right, it being spiritual. That's how things occur in the spirit. Okay, trusting in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, going to him, seeking out his 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 guidance. Okay. Verse 6, Proverbs 3:6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. That's how you fight, man. That is how we fight in the spirit. All right. Acknowledging Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay. Seeking his understanding. Okay. All right. Let me come out of there. Let's go back here. And you can read through this, but again, the whole purpose of this black thing is for this very document to make you fall under this category, man. So I don't care if there's a Hebrew Israelite group out there, so-called calling themselves black. Okay, so-called black. Okay, which we already went to the definition that means. Okay, sinister. Every bit of negativity, man. You know what that carries too? That carries a negative vibration, brothers. It carries a negative vibration, man. Okay, and you're constantly under that negative vibration by calling yourself that. Okay, by following people who represent that. Okay, you're keeping yourself under a negative vibration, man. Okay. But again, as you could see, it's ultimately for your destruction, man. If you don't turn to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay. So this course can range from the protesting of government policies, the advocating of violence. Let's lock it, man. I'm trying to read this thing small. And or the overthrow of the federal government. However, the majority of militia groups are nonviolent, and only a small segment of militias actually commit acts of violence to advance their political goals and beliefs. Nonetheless, they have the whole purpose is to cast that light upon you. Okay? To cast that light to make you look like, oh, this is what you follow, this is what you believe in. Okay? You're following them. You're in this camp. You're in this group that represents that call themselves black this or black that. So this is what you follow. That's who you are. You know, there's a saying too that says you are judged by the company you keep. Okay, and that very same thing is gonna be used against you for your destruction. All right, when Esau comes ready to roll. Okay. Come down on the nation of Israel hard, man. Okay. Again, so if you're into all that or you're influenced by that, depart from it quickly. All right, turn to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Repent and operate spiritually, man. All right. There's plenty of brothers out there that's doing it. They're great examples, and you just follow them. You know. Trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua also in your own life, for your own salvation. So, all right, let's go. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna read this part here. A number of militia leaders, such as Lynn Van Heusen of the Michigan Militia Corps, Wolverines, have gone to some effort to actively rid their ranks of radical members who are inclined to carry out acts of violence and or terrorism. Okay, now you do have something called agent provocateurs. You have double agents. You have those people who are put inside these camps and these groups that identify with blackness to keep tabs on the sincere brothers who are amongst those ranks. Okay, to keep tabs on the actions and the whereabouts. Okay, of everyone involved, everyone in the camp, everyone in the group, man. Okay, those who function in the spirit. Why? Because their job is to spy out the liberties, okay, of the sincere brothers amongst that, man. Okay. Hopefully y'all came out there being edified. Those of you who are new to the truth, man, take heed to this, okay? And again, like I said, it is a setup, okay? The Project Megiddo has been out already, man, for years. Okay, so the end goal is to snare you up into this black movement. All right. All right. Officials at the FBI Academy classify militia groups within 4 categories, ranging from moderate groups who do not engage in criminal activity to radical cells. Okay, those radical cells are most likely agent provocateurs. Okay, but you won't be able to tell. It may be the guy standing right next to you, man. All right, keep that in mind. The very person that the so-called brother that you bring to your house may be one of them, man. May be a radical. Okay, one planted in there to cause trouble and mischief, man. All right, but I already read in the scriptures the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Okay, so everybody promoting nonsense and violence and all that, man. Thinking they're gonna use guns and shoot themselves to victory, okay, and call themselves Hebrew Israelites, and black Hebrew Israelites is completely off, man. That is off, and the vibration is off, okay. And what does it do? It shines that black light onto the entire nation of Israel, man, as a whole, okay. It should be clearly stated that the FBI only focuses on radical elements of the militia movement capable and willing to commit violence. Okay? So it tells you right here. All right? Their focus is on the radical element. Their focus is on those willing to commit violence, man. So if you find yourself among so-called brothers who are willing to commit violence, you need to come up out of there, man. Okay? Come up out of there. Law enforcement, civilian, military, and international targets. In addition, any such investigation of these radical militia units must be conducted within strict legal parameters. All right. Then you can read further on, but let me get to the major point that I wanted to make here. All right. Hopefully you're able to follow along. Here we go. All right, Section 6, Black Hebrew Israelites. Now, out of all that I've mentioned here so far in this video, this is one of the groups that's listed underneath this document, man. The Project Megiddo, Black Hebrew Israelites. Now, why do you think they want you to be black? They want you to call yourself black. They want you to consider yourself black for this very reason. All right, for you brothers out there thinking about joining camps, or you're in a camp, or you're just compelled by these camps, and you think what they're doing is right. Nah, man, it's not. Okay, they got it right here on the document. Black Hebrew Israelites. All right, that is one of their targets. And if you resonate with that, you're gonna fall under the judgment, man. Okay, it says as the millennium approaches, radical French members of the Black Hebrew Israelites, so-called black. Again, there's a reason they want you to be black. They want you to be black. They want you to consider yourself black. It's a setup, all right, period. Radical French members of the Black Hebrew Israelites BHI movement may pose a challenge for law enforcement. As with the adherents of most apocalyptic philosophies, certain segments of the BHI movement have the potential to engage in violence at the turn of the century, right? And that's the camps out here, all right, who are out in the street, all right, promoting violence, man, all right? They on social media promoting violence, and of course, again, you have your certain segments. You have your you have that small few, man, okay, who want to take the entire what do you call it? See the best word, like they want to take the entire Hebrew Israelite the nation, as a whole. Okay, they want to take it, steer it in a different direction. Okay, why? To meet that expectation of being black. Okay, to be demonized, to be uh, hated, man. Okay, ultimately hated. All right, and believe me, again, the sword is waiting, boy. The sword is waiting. All right, if you want to continue to partake in this kind of activity, man. This movement has been associated with extreme acts of violence in the recent past and current intelligence from a variety of sources. A variety of sources, i.e., again, agent provocateurs within these camps, man. Those who are sold out, those who have took the 501c3 charter, okay. Those who can't speak on certain things, they'll call themselves black. They'll promote the black movement to you, and mess your mind and screw your mind all up, man. Okay. Next thing you know, you out there with them. Okay. That it's just really a bad look, man, onto the nation of Israel, man. Okay. The nation of Israel is supposed to be a representative of Yahweh Shem Yahushua here on earth, man. All right, we are a chosen people. All right, we're chosen people. We're chosen to be separate from all that BS, man. Okay. Nonetheless, that word black seems to stick like tar. Okay. In the minds of most Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is part of the curses, which is encouraged, okay, continually again through the media and other means. So this movement has been associated with extreme acts of violence in the recent past and current intelligence from a variety of sources. Your spies, all right, so seek out your liberty, indicates that extreme factions of BHI groups are preparing for a race war to close the millennium. Okay? And most of this is just this devil, Esau, Edom, all right, stirring up this strife. Okay? So he have a means to move on you, man. Okay? Just so he can have a means to move on you. All right? Let's see. There's more edification down here. Yeah, I'll read a little bit more. Okay. It says, violent BHI followers can generally be described as proponents of an extreme form of black supremacy. All right. We're not here to promote black supremacy. All right. We're here to what? We're here to be examples. All right. We're here to be a light unto the world. Okay. Drawing upon which they want to put out by calling you black. Okay. They want you to call yourself black. They want you to identify with blackness. But the scriptures say we're supposed to be a light, man. We're supposed to be a light. Light is not black. Light casts out the darkness, man. The blackness, the darkness, the sinister, the evil. Okay. So if you are following that, man, you know, not really much I could say on it, man. All right, just have to make the choice and pray for be brought out of that, man. Such groups hold that blacks represent God's true chosen people while condemning white as incarnate manifestation of evil. Now white is also another byword, okay? And the goal is just to pit this black versus white. I.e., that's where you get the race wars, man. Again, this is the devil stirring, man, stirring up strife, stirring up race wars, stirring up one against another, one side against another, man. Now, you do have Jacob and Esau. If you go back to Genesis chapter 25, okay, the two brothers that fought in the womb, okay, and You know, the eldest being Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and Jacob being the youngest, man. Okay, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who form the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Now you do have that battle, man. That's happening in the spirit, man. Okay, but this black versus white is just a way to identify sides for battle, for war. All right. So once you see this, man, you got to make that choice. All right. You're gonna fall into that condemnation, man, or you're gonna come out, man. All right. BHI adherents believe that mainstream Jews are actually imposters, which they are. Okay. The mainstream Jews, the ones you see on the news that are over there in the land of Israel right now, man, yeah, they are Khazars, they are imposters, they are Jewish, okay? The Jewish part, meaning a likeness of, man, okay? They're not the original Jews, all right? So that part is actually true, all right? But nonetheless, they are Khazars, they are Amalekites. And look it up. Look it up. If you made this far in the video, look it up. Amalekites, look up Khazars, and the history. And there's brothers out there, especially amongst Great Millstone, okay, who have broken this down, man. All right. The history, where they come from, look it up, man. Seek it out. Search it out. Be a light. All right. Such beliefs bear a striking resemblance to the Christian identity theology practiced by many white supremacists. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll jump down to the next one. Next paragraph. It says the extreme elements of the BHI movement are prone to engage in violent activity. Okay, again, you see it, man. You see it out here. Okay, you see a crime being committed. All right, and the person, the media claims that the person was a Hebrew Israelite, black Hebrew Israelite. He identified as a black Hebrew Israelite. What do you think all that's leading to, man? This very document that I'm reading to you right now. Okay. The extreme elements of the BHI movement are prone to engage in violent activity. As seen in previous convictions of BHI followers, adherents of this philosophy have a proven history of violence. Okay? And several indications point towards a continuation of this trend. So they're planning for you to become more violent, more vicious, more dark. All right? To be more black. Okay, as these groups out here like to identify with, okay? Even these individuals, man. It doesn't matter. Okay? If you're representing the nation of Israel falsely, then you represent it falsely, man. Okay? Group or no group. It says some BHI followers have been observed in public donning primarily black clothing with emblems and or patches bearing the Star of David symbol. All right, some BHI members practice paramilitary operations and wear web belts and shoulder holsters. All right, what? Ready in battlement gear, man. Ready for war, ready to fight, and you openly proclaim it. Okay, so with those of you brothers who are listening to this, man, you see that. Okay, you need to beware, take heed, man. Okay, don't get involved in it. You know, there's sincere brothers out there who are teaching the word, okay, who will lead you and guide you into the right way, man. Okay, the right way ain't dressing up like some kind of paramilitary group, man, ready for war, ready for battle, man. Like, in fact, man, this guy Grandmaster J, look him up. Okay, if you're new, look him up. Okay, and you see where this devil wants you to take things. All right, he wants you to meet him toe to toe like they did in the Civil War times, man, where they used to again line you up. You know, each side would line up and they would just shoot each other, man, shoot each other down. All right, they want you to engage them, okay? But as a nation, as a people, okay, that is not how we do things, man. Okay, why? Because our weapons are spiritual; they're not carnal. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, man. Okay, but spiritual. Some adherents have extensive criminal records for a variety of violations, including weapons charges, assault, drug trafficking, and fraud. Right? Again, that's part of being black. All right, that's part of being sinister and evil, as I read in the definition earlier, man. All those things, man, and those same things are going to be used to make you the most hated, okay, upon the earth. It's those same things right here. Let's read it again. Variety of violations, including weapons charges, assault, drug trafficking, and fraud, man. They're going to use those very same things to further uh, disgrace you, okay, to further paint that bad light, all right, that darkness, to paint that darkness across their media and their newspapers, etc., man, through your public officials, your so-called public officials, okay? So this was just just could say a warning, all right, but more of a exhortation for you brothers out there who are new, and for those of you who you know, you find yourself in these groups, or you find yourself enticed by these groups, but you're not sure what to do, or you're thinking about joining them, or you're thinking about following them, or they speak well, so you're like, okay, man, all right, well, you know, I like what they're saying, and you're enticed, man. Okay, you feel enticed to go. You know, hopefully you take heed to this, and you read over this, and you hell, read over this document. You know, pray that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua leads you into all truth and sincerity, man. Okay, you find yourself in these situations, come out of it. Okay, I can't say that enough, because there's an agenda, there's a reason why they call you black. All right. So hopefully I can be edified. Until next time, shalom.